the app so that we know you made it here today. We have an amazing testimony from Abdul about serving at Christian Faith that we would love to share with you this morning.
So one of my co-workers came to me and said that he was going to Christian Faith Center. So when I first came to this church, I was like, oh my goodness, he's amazing, because I never heard someone preach where I can apply it to my life. So then me and him used to go every Sunday. But then me and him fell out, right? And when he stopped going, I stopped going. But all along, it was kind of like tugging on me, like, go back to church, go back to church, go back to church. And when I decided to go back, this time I said, no person is going to take me away from God ever again. That's why I joined the tracks. That's why I joined security. That's why I was in the life groups. That's why I go to foundation class, and I'm always willing to serve, because I'm not really serving for the people. I love the people here, don't get me wrong. And I love the preaching, and I love everybody I come in contact with. But this time around, I'm just coming for God. When you go serve, you're serving for God. You're serving for God. But then when you walk away, you just feel this so fulfilling feeling. And I think you're supposed to serve. And when you do serve, God just fills that void inside of you that you're yearning for something. I feel like you're going to fill that void with anything. That's why people feel that void with drugs, or feel that void with alcohol, or feel that void with sex, because they're empty. But when you serve, God fills you up, and you fill you up the right way, because you're doing something righteous. I would say go to Grow Tracks. For one, just go to learn about yourself and to learn about your spiritual gift.
Do you know what your next step looks like? That can be getting baptized, joining a life group, or serving at church. God has gifted you with something that is particular to you. And we have so many areas at Christian Faith that you can work in that gifting and that calling that God has put upon your life. If you want to know more about how that looks like, there's a step that you can take today. We have growth track classes. This is our membership for you to start serving at Christian Faith. And these classes happen at 10:15 a.m. and 11:45 this Sunday. So go ahead to the foyer and take that step of faith today. The best way for you to keep track of your next steps is in the palm of your hand. You can download the Christian Faith app today and get updated about everything that we have going on at church, all our special events, and your personal journey and steps as a believer. So tap your phone in the seat ahead of you and download the Christian Faith app right now. And that's all I got for the update today. Now let's jump back into service and get started on our amazing series on the book of Romans.